What's up, YouTube? So I've been playing this game for about 8 or 10 hours, and before I started my permadeath playthrough, I'm probably about maybe 3 or 4 hours into my permadeath playthrough, which is the way the game was intended to be played, actually. Without playing a permadeath playthrough, the game feels kind of hollow, because nothing really means anything. There are no like real stakes. The only stakes are that if you fail a mission, whoever you were doing a mission to recruit doesn't like you anymore. Now you have to do extra steps to recruit them, but you don't really lose anything. If you die, you die. Who cares, right? So that's not how the game was meant to be played. At least I don't believe. But you can recruit endless amounts of characters. Like every character on the street you can play as. So my first playthrough without permadeath, because I was kind of bitching because I didn't want to play a permadeath playthrough and then some character that I have would die, because I was losing. I was like getting beat a lot in normal mode on non-permadeath, but I didn't really care about dying. So I think I took AR cloak, and I wasn't really using AR cloak that much. Sometimes I would hit it by accident and remember that I had it. I also took SMG as early as I could get it once I got one burrow unlocked. I took parcel drone. I took deep profiler, and I think that was about it. And I think I upgraded, I took SMG, and then I upgraded something else. That was about it. So I didn't have riot drone, I didn't have CT drone, I didn't have turret hacks, because I didn't know about anything that was going on in the game when I first started. Of course, I just kind of went in and started playing. So now that I had time and I started over, I took a long hard look at what I wanted to start with in gadgets, upgrades, weapons, and hacks first, to ensure that you have a good starting point for not dying early. So the first character I took on my team was this character, Belle Chung, right? Reason why I took her is because she has an MP5 full auto SMG. Like, when I started the game and then I had picked a different character, I thought that all of these all of these tech options were different for every character. Like, some characters might not have the ability to unlock SMG, or some characters might not have the ability to unlock riot drone hacks. I thought that's how it was, but that's not how it is. These are unlocks for every character that you will play as or recruit, whatever. So this carries over to all your characters. So that made me think after that these were the only 4 weapons in the game. So I thought that it was like, oh, non-lethal, everything's non-lethal. They want you to be, non-lethal in the game. They want you to not use guns and stuff like that. So they don't have, like the Dead Set operatives don't have guns, or real lethal guns. They have, this stun pistol. They have this SMG, this shotgun, and this shot grenade launcher. So I thought those were only 4 weapons in the game. I was kind of bummed a little bit, but then as I started walking around town, I started seeing that people had SMGs, LMGs, there's some shock assault rifle. I think I saw a shock assault rifle, and what was the other? There was another. Some people have a paintball gun. There are other weapons in the game. So when I started my playthrough, I looked through everybody. The first person I saw had a P9 pistol, which is basically like another pistol, but it's a lethal pistol. There's also a lethal pistol with a silencer. So they had a P9, and I was like, okay, he's a candidate because now I'll have 2 guns at my disposal instead of 1. So I'll have the DedSec pistol and the regular P9, right? Then I, kept scrolling, and I went to this character. She has an MP5. She was almost like dead set as my character that I was starting with. I scrolled through everybody else. Some people had some other cool things like shock. Shock is also a good perk to have on a character. You could just basically point at somebody and hit the shock button and they go down. It's a really good perk, but I needed another weapon, so I took an SMG, which is great. So you want to find somebody that has something that's not a pistol as your first operative. It'll go a long way. You may not even use it right away, but just having the access to an SMG and a pistol at the start of the game, or an LMG or an assault rifle or any other gun besides a DedSec pistol will help you out. I would probably re-roll again if I don't see anybody that has anything other than a P9. I'm looking for an SMG or higher, like SMG, assault rifle, LMG, something. That's what you want starting a new character. As far as tech goes, your first thing that you should take for gadgets is definitely Infiltrator Spider Bot. Infiltrator Spider Bot is 15 tech points, I believe. I think that's like you get to pick the very first thing you pick. It might be 10, but whatever it is, the very first gadget you pick, it might be 10. No, it's 10 because AR Cloak is 10. So these are the 2 options you have to start as a pick. Don't pick AR Cloak. Pick Spider Bot, because with AR Cloak, you still have to go in and do whatever you're gonna do and sneak around inside of there, put yourself in danger. But if you have Infiltrator Spider Bot can pick things up like tech points, masks. You can unlock doors like the ones that you have to physically walk up to. Spider-Bot can go to there's a terminal on the bottom of that same thing just for Spider-Bots to access. So like you don't have to go into the place to look for all these little specific things and worry about somebody like coming down on you with a gun while you're in your or like somebody sneaking up or you're getting in some hairy situation. Like you don't have to put yourself in as much danger if you have Infiltrator Spider Bot. You can toss it on top of stuff. Like you could take it and you could just toss it. Right? You can toss it, go into it, and then like you could always call it back. Right? So then you can after that you will take Disrupt Hack. Disrupt Hack, instead of it just what does it call it? Instead of it just like bothering the enemy where they take their phone out and they're looking at their phone like, oh, who sent me this text message? It disrupts. So like it like electrocutes them and stops them from being able to do whatever. And you can use that to sneak past people, especially so if it's like kind of like a weapon when you're in your Spider Bot, because like if you see somebody before they disable your Spider Bot, you can disrupt, and then like they'll get electrocuted, and then you can just sneak past them and like run around the corner or do whatever you want to do. So like it's kind of a weapon. It kind of synergizes with picking Infiltrator Spider Bot. After that, you want to take Chase Drone Hacks. Chase drones are some of the most drones that you'll see, especially if you're when you're going into doing missions and stuff. You'll see a lot of chase drones. You also see a lot of riot drones. So like when I was playing through the first time, I ran into a lot of riot drones. They're hard to kill, so you want to at least have the ability to disable them for a short time. Same thing with, you know, CT drones and turret hacks. I would save this as the last of the, I guess, 4 first things that you take. That being spider bot, disrupt, chase drone, and riot drone, because you'll definitely see chase drones a lot, but you're not going to be sure about what's the first thing you're going to see, whether it be turrets, CT drones, or riot drones, because you won't know until you start going on the missions. And once you start going on the missions, you'll start seeing which ones show up more in the missions that you're playing, and then you can, you know, kind of judge from there which one should I take. I'm probably going to take turrets right now. CT drones are they're expensive. They're 40 to get the first unlock. It's 40, and then 45 so you can hijack them, because they're good. So I'm gonna take. In fact, I think I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save my points, and I'm going to save up to 40, and I'm gonna get the CT drone hack, because it's just better to have early, and I don't see a lot of turrets, and usually if I see turrets, there's some way to get around it or whatever. But yeah, those are the top 3 things you should be picking are infiltrator, spider bot, disruptor, and chase drones. They kind of synergize well, especially disrupt with chase drone, because if you have a chase drone and you have disrupt, you also have a gun on the chase drone. So you want to take level 2. I didn't mention that. You want to take level 2 as soon as possible for chase drones, so that you can hijack them. Because once you can hijack them, you can use them as a weapon. They have a gun on them. It's like a rail gun, like a stun gun or something. It takes like half of an enemy's health who has like a lot of health. There's some most enemies go down in 1 shot. Some take 2 shots, but it's hard to get them in 2 shots before they shoot you down. So you can shoot them, and then you can disrupt, and then you can shoot them again to take them down. So you need, you know, use with the chase drone, and disrupt hack to use with the infiltrator spider bot, because you want to use that to pick up more tech points. So since you can throw it around, you always want to like throw it on top of a roof, throw it on top of whatever, and you can toss it onto a cargo bot. Say for instance, if you know you just want to throw the cargo, or you want to throw your spider drone somewhere where you can't really get it and there are a lot of enemies, and you just kind of want to drop it somewhere, get a tech point, and get out. Then that way you don't have to put yourself in danger. You could just put it on top of a cargo drone, fly the cargo drone to where you want it, and then, you know, take control of the spider bot, drop it, get the tech point. They might destroy the drone or whatever, but you're out of there. So like, it's all about like not putting yourself in any danger, or not putting yourself in danger if you don't need to. So like after I take a CT drone, I'll probably still not take turrets yet. I think I'm going to take DedSec SMG, so that my other operatives will have another weapon that's better than the pistol. After that, I think what I want to really do is look for more operatives that have weapons, like that have SMGs or have LMGs, and recruit those people, because they'll already have, you know, a weapon on them. But if somebody has like a really good ability or something like that, or like a shock, or like, I don't know, like fast downloads or something like that, like you have an ability that you want to keep, but you want them to also have access to a better weapon, I would take like SMG. I haven't tried the shotgun, but SMG is probably the one I'm gonna take. But yeah, I think, and then like they have skin mesh too. I'm not sure exactly how much damage it reduces, but I don't really take any damage, right? I don't really take any damage when I'm doing missions so far, because I use the cameras, I use the spider bot, and I use disrupt, and I use chase drones to do the entire mission pretty much. I'm just like usually have my person sitting outside of the area while I just cause havoc. Sometimes there's one mission that I did go into because there weren't a lot of traps to set. So I went in and just pretty much surgically took everybody out with the MP5, and kept the pressure up with spider bots and checking the cameras and all that kind of stuff, and like sending vehicles going forward and backwards to run people over and stuff like that. So like generally I don't really take any damage right now. Like I almost died one time because somebody like scurried out of an area and like attacked my character. So and then I saw that I was getting attacked. I hit circle to back out of whatever I was doing, and I was almost dead. And if I didn't have the MP5 for my character and she just had a pistol, there was no way I was gonna win that gunfight. So I'm glad I had an SMG. But yeah, so I think that's just about it. I just wanted to give you guys the best possible way that I think to start your permadeath save, and like so you don't have to be like worried about, oh, should I do just you definitely have to play this game permadeath, or it's not really that fun. Like it's not really that fun unless there are higher stakes. If you are worried about losing a character, the game is a lot more fun to play because you start to think about what hack should I take, what tech should I take, and what missions should I take, and should I take these fights? Should I just venture into here recklessly, or should I grab a drone? Because that's what makes me now. I grab a drone, like a news drone or something, often before I go into any place to see what it looks like, see if there's an easy way for me to get in or stuff like that. That's why there are drones flying everywhere. If you walk into a place without picking a drone up and checking the area first, you're probably gonna have a bad time because you're not gonna know the lay of the land. Like you're not gonna know how to come in and where to go once you get in there. So like if you take a drone and scope out the area up from above, you can see where the entrance is and the path you should take to get to where you want to go. But yeah, that's super important. Haven't found any reason to use this yet. I don't know why I would use this or any of these if they're in the air. Oh, I guess maybe if you disable it and then you walk up to it and deactivate it. Probably how that works. So you can like disable, then when it drops out of the sky, you go over to it and just deactivate it so it doesn't reactivate again. Deep profiler, this is so that you can recruit people that don't like DedSec, so you can make them like you. Probably going to be important later, because you don't need to recruit people that don't like DedSec. You can just always find people that do like DedSec, and so I haven't found a reason to need this early. So that's up to you, but definitely the first three you should take. Electro Fist, I haven't tried this out yet. Seems like it'll be okay, but I mean, I don't really lose fist fights. It might make fist fights shorter, much shorter. But it's still a gadget, so it has to cool down and recharge and stuff. This missile drone flies toward target for lethal impact. This kills somebody. I guess you throw it up in the air, and it's kind of like a hunter-killer drone, maybe. I haven't tried that yet either. This seems like it would be really good. Short range, non-lethal spider bot with automated turret and armor. This seems like it'll be okay to take early. Electroshock trap. So it's kind of always having like a trap to put down somewhere so that you can shock people. If it has a low cooldown, that's probably a good one to have. But right now, Spiderbot has been the best thing. I just don't see any other reason to take anything else other than having Spiderbot. Some of the places have Spiderbot areas where you can call a Spiderbot, but you don't even have to look for it. You can just throw your Spiderbot out and do what you need to do and get out of there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I haven't needed this either, because usually I'll just set a trap, and then like if I have Spiderbot, then I'll just let them see the bot and then have them chase it through the trap. They electrocute it. Works all the same. So yeah, so like those are the main things that I would take. I think those are probably the top tier ones: 1, 2, and 3, and then like your choice of for your first to disable. Yeah. So all right, if you liked the video, give me a like. I'm not even gonna do the outro because I have one to tack on to the end of my videos. Whatever. Peace. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please do give it a like. If you feel so inclined, please do hit the subscribe button, as it will give you a better chance at seeing my content when I post a new video. I stream right here on this channel, so if you see me live, stop in and see what I'm up to. My Instagram and my Twitter are here. Do with them what you please. And until the next one, peace.